The Queen is dead. Queen Elizabeth is dead. I think it's Queen Elizabeth II. I just heard this minutes ago. I'm recording this now. I just heard this minutes ago, and something came to my heart, and I wanted to share it with you. I want to share it with you. I'm going to share it with you. I've backed away from the podcast for a while for certain reasons. You could call them spiritual reasons, you could call them conceptual reasons, okay? Because conceptualizing this podcast requires some level of spiritual survey. Let me use that word. All right. So I at some point in the recent past decided, okay, that I would come back, but I will come back on a different wave. All right, on a different wave, on a different move. All right, but this one, I had to talk about this, and I'll probably put this up tomorrow morning. But I had to talk about this. I just heard this now. What's today's date? I think today is the 6th. Today is the 8th. Oh, pardon me. Today's the 8th. Thursday, the 8th of September. And I just heard that the Queen is dead at the age of 96. And it just occurred to me that, man, this woman has been so alive that it did occur to us that this woman will actually die at some point. I mean, she has lived and lived. That, for me, I just think she just said, okay, yeah, I'm done living. I'm going to stop living now. I'm going to stop living now and just sign out. She has held on to power, and then she said, okay, yeah, I'm going to stop living now, and I'll just transition. And oh my goodness, how do you say it was a loss? It wasn't a loss. I mean, we got to experience this woman. That was one of the things I thought of. I don't know her personally. I mean, I don't know the Queen personally. She doesn't know me. I don't know her personal life. I don't know if she has a good character. I don't know but I don't think she would have a bad character and remain queen for so long. She's been queen for so long. I think she's been the longest running queen, the longest running royalty. Unless I'm wrong, I will check that. I think she's been the longest running royalty, and she has done, for me, as like I said, I do not know her personal life, but I think she has done a superb job. Why am I saying that she has done a superb job? When you understand the powers she carries, the powers on her shoulder, the powers in her hands, you will understand that she has done a good job. And what hit me this evening was a woman was running the kingdom of England, the English kingdom, and she did it so well that we didn't even notice that she was doing it. As in, do you know how good you have to be that you are doing something so well that we don't even notice that oh my goodness, I don't know how to describe this. It really overwhelmed me, and I decided to do this podcast because I hear okay, let me before I jump into what I hear nowadays, let me give you an analogy, okay? Let me see if I can do some juxtaposition so that I can see what I'm trying to talk about. There's this guy, Herzberg. Herzberg is a psychologist. I think he got into management psychology. I don't know if that's a branch, but he's a psychologist, and he did a study. He was trying to push Abraham Maslow's theory of needs. He wanted to push it further, and what he was doing was to get empirical evidences to support Abraham Maslow's theory of needs. And he branched into the world of motivation. As someone who has lectured and done research on management, on organizational strategy, on organizational culture, people and culture in the organization, okay, I have stumbled on his work in detail. But though it's a while back, I've not looked at it, clearly recently. But the main gist is that he did the research, and then he found out that it wasn't just a pyramid of needs. Okay, he found out that there are two factors involved in the motivation of a workplace, and he found out the first factor, which is what we're going to focus on, is the hygiene factor. The motivation aspect of it, the motivator factor, was more like, okay, if you want people to be motivated in your organization, what do? You recognize them, give them bonuses, give them self-actualization, help them to become better. There are different things. That's when you begin to see the Maslow's pyramid show up. Okay, when they get to those motivating factors. But the hygiene factors were the ones that were coming first. When he interviewed people in the organization, he realized that there's a hygiene factor that Maslow did not consider, and there's that factor that I want us to look at now. That's what that has been in my head, because I see the Queen as a hygiene factor. The hygiene factor is such a factor that exists, okay, and somehow beneath the surface, subliminally motivates, but is not recognized for its motivating ability until it is absent. Then dissatisfaction sets in. This is what I mean. Certain things exist within the workspace that are so profound, okay, but yet they are subliminal. In other words, you do not recognize them on the surface. You do not see them. You do not see them as functional. You do not see them as impactful. The only time you recognize their impact in your working life, in your existence generally, is in your working condition, is when they are absent. The moment they become absent, you realize how much they've been affecting your motivation. And easy, there are people, there are different reasons they give. There are different instances of that factor. Some people will say, it is supervision. Okay, supervision in the organization. Some people will say, it is management policies. Some people will say it might even be your basic salary. Okay, but a good example is, in today's world, the air conditioning. If you're working in a nice working place, all right, the air conditioning is on. You don't realize how vital air conditioning is, because you come into work around 8:30, 9, and the janitor has already put on the air conditioning. It's already cool. You just walk in, put your laptop on, you understand? Everything goes fine. It does not occur to you now, that the AC is vital. And you don't appreciate it, you understand, because it's just there. It's for years you've been working, it does not, you understand, until one day it breaks down, and then the guys who are supposed to fix it are not around, or they don't show up or something. So for one full week, your AC is bad. There's heat. I mean, the place is insulated, so there's a lot of heat. No ventilation. Ventilation is zero. As in, you just see your productivity just drop. I mean, if they just do your KPI, you just see your productivity has just dipped. As in, your productivity fell like lightning. All right, it's like I see your productivity fall like lightning. All right. Why? Because and then you realize how dissatisfied you are with the job, how demotivated you are to even go to work, knowing that you're going to leave your AC car and step into a hot office. Why? Because that AC that you ignored all this while is actually valuable. That's what the Queen has been doing in England. She just sat there with power, and it takes a lot to hold power. If you just Google how powerful is the Queen of England, just Google it. I'm sure you will see something profound. Do you realize that this woman is the head of state for a lot of countries? Do you realize that Canada, as massive as Canada is still under the rulership of the Queen? Do you know that Australia, as massive as Australia is basically a continent on its own, because it's so far away from the rest of the world. It's a continent on its own. Yet the Australian government can be shut down by the Queen. No, you didn't hear me. I mean, she can just wake up one morning and shut down. I mean, they did it in 1975. Yeah, she shut down the Australian government, and they did the elections to start from scratch. Bahamas they are still under her. Jamaica is still under her. Papua New Guinea is still under her. Which other country? Belize is still under her. Oh my goodness, New Zealand is still under her. She has powers. She's the head of the Church of England. I think the Church of England is also the Anglican Church. I'm not sure because I know that Anglican, Anglish is English basically, but I'm not sure if it's the same. But she is as if she appoints bishops and archbishops. So if there's conflict in the church, she heads. Oh my goodness. She assents to bill. So when the house of what they call them, what they call those people, the legislatures, all right, the two houses, I think House of Commons and what's the other house? I think there are two houses basically. They run a bicameral legislature. When they are done with the bill, they send it to her. She has the right to say no, send this thing back, or she can assent to it and sign it into law. That woman held on to power. Oh my goodness. That woman held on to power. Yet you will never see her crack. I can't remember a picture or a video or an interview where the Queen of England cracked, where she broke down, where she acted out of order. I mean, oh my goodness, everybody around her functioned in order. This is not as if she didn't have a situation where one child was stupid, another child was behaving, you understand, one was unruly. Anybody that messes up, you get put in order. Prince Harry, that has been messing up for the past how many years since he married his wife, has been causing trouble and giving Britain a bad name. They've handled him as if they've put him one side. That the best he can do is to just stay in America and badmouth the Queen. He can't do anything. As in, the woman held her household. I know people who have less power but have not been able to hold their household together. That woman had the power. She was the most powerful woman in the world. Take it or leave it. She was the most powerful woman, single woman in the world. More powerful than the what's his name? The President of the United States. Yeah, when you consider the allegiance he had across continents, that woman, powerful, and she held all that power on her shoulders, and she didn't flinch, she didn't cringe, she didn't. And the beautiful part is, if she had broken down, then we would have seen. That's what amazed me. That's what amazes me is that, like the hygiene factor that Hesberg came about. If she had broken down and something went wrong in the system, whether it is in England or in any other country, something went wrong in the house, in Buckingham Palace, it would be that time that we will now realize that, oh, you mean this one has had all this power all this while? You mean this one has been the one running this, not this one? So the fact that we didn't realize that she has been running all these things means that she held everything together. Oh my goodness! Do you know what it means to hold everything together? Do you know sacrifice? Do you know that she can't go to club, no matter as club hungry and rich? She can't go to club. She can't go and eat anyhow outside. She can't jump out. She can't wear bomb shorts. She can't wear ripped jeans anyhow. Oh goodness, she can't just wear anything. She can't use heavy makeup because of certain, not because these things are bad, but that is the pedigree involved in the power. She put herself under control, and every member of her family, nobody could come and say, oh, I'm entitled to what? I'm entitled to, the person is now taking drugs and sleeping around, and no. Everybody in the family is prim and proper. They raise you up to as in, oh my goodness. Today you see pastors' children living wayward lives, causing trouble for their father's ministry, mothers handling big positions, their children are, you understand? They are, in fact, one of the issues of rich families these days is that their children are wayward. Them are taking drugs because there's money everywhere and there is entitlement. But even as rich as the family is, if you see the videos of them at Buckingham Palace, they all have sense. They are either humble or have integrity, have what do you call this? What do you call? Have a presence, a posture. They have this thing about them that helps, that makes them understand the burden on your shoulder is massive. We are not royalty because we want to be stupid. We are royalty because England needs us to be royalty. That woman carried power. That woman carried power. And guess what? She didn't carry the power and say, oh, look at me. I have carrying so much power. Oh, I'm doing so much. I'm making so many sacrifices. I'm a great woman. I'm a strong woman. I'm an independent woman. Oh, see me. I'm balling. I'm kinging. Oh, I'm doing it for my women. I'm doing it so that women can see that they can be anything they want to be. She didn't do all that nonsense. She wasn't trying to be woke. She wasn't trying to be politically correct. She just was the royalty. She was the queen. She was the king and queen put together. And she carried that power. She didn't flinch. She didn't break. She didn't hold it with pride. She didn't brag about it. See, powerful women don't make noise. Powerful men don't make noise. They just power. That woman, as powerful as you will not see her come and make noise on TV and say she's doing it so that women can see. You see, women can see, that a woman can be anything she wants to be. I'm doing so that men, she's trying to crush patriarchy, that she's trying to destroy patriarchy in England and in the rest of the world. She didn't do all that nonsense. She focused on, because she knew that both men and women and every other confused person between them are under her. She had to be strong for all men and women and everybody. She was not being strong for the womankind or strong for the mankind. She was not trying to please the men or please the women. She was not trying to show that she can do it. She just did it. Strong women don't need to say, I'm strong, I'm a strong woman. Can't you see them a queen? I'm a strong woman. Really? When was the last time you saw Samson walk around the streets of Israel saying, I'm a strong man? I'm a strong... Which man calls himself an independent man? You call yourself independent woman. Which man have you seen called independent man? Because it doesn't make sense, because there's nobody that's an independent anything. We just lie to ourselves because we don't want to deal with our issues, so we give ourselves names, celebrating our flaws. Meanwhile, we should just deal with those things and move on. Life is beautiful if we just do the right things and move on. This woman's power is amazing. She is so part of life that we did occur to us that this woman can just die tomorrow. I don't know. I'm sure the only contingency plan these people have is on paper. Because in real life, they're probably not even seeing her as somebody that can die. I'm telling you, the only way they have a plan, a contingency, a plan, a succession plan, or a burial plan, or a plan at all, is because maybe over time, over the years, England is an old territory. They must have had some documentation that, okay, in the event of the death of the prime royal person, you understand, so things should be done. Other than that, the average person around the world just assumes that this woman is going to live forever. As in, we don't even see. Do you know how many popes have come and gone? Do you know how many popes have come and gone? And this woman has been in power. Good God. May God give me such stamina to hold on to power and not let it swallow me. Or good God. Some people will not have that kind of power because you will destroy things. Some people, God cannot risk it to give you that kind of power. You will destroy things. Now, like I said, I don't know her personal life. I don't know if she was a horrible human being and she was killing people in the backyard. And if you mess up, she would just give sign and they'll just chop your head off. I don't know. But what I know is this woman held on to power and she held it well. And now she's dying. People are now realizing that this woman has sat in this position with the world on her shoulders and she did not flinch. Now what do we do? As in, where can we find the replacement? Who can replace this woman? It's amazing. It's amazing how powerful a person can be and still maintain some level of stability. I pray that God gives that kind of power. First, an inner power that helps me stand strong, so that when the weight of responsibility put on my shoulder, I won't break, I won't crack under it, I won't crumble under it. That one was powerful. That one was powerful. Google. I'm going to Google it now. I'm going to Google when I leave this. I'm going to Google it now. Find out what all her jurisdiction, her powers, her authority, her. Oh goodness! I think there was a time England was running on written constitution, written law, and the laws were just coming from her, from the royalty. So do you know? Oh, do you know what it is to? Oh, God of mercy! No. Big ups to that woman. Big ups to that woman. I don't do this thing people do. Rest in peace. Well, I mean, if she believed in Jesus as, I mean, the Lord and Savior, her Lord and Savior, if she had received grace and truth, she will rest in peace. Her resting in peace is not determined by my declaring that she rests in peace. I can't pray to anybody that she rests in peace. Even God is not involved in that kind of prayer. But I mean, this earth that she has left, we cannot forget her easily. We cannot forget that. Not because she's the royalty we've known. At least she's the royalty my generation has always known. Apart from history, she's the royalty that my generation met. Yet, I mean, I say compare her to the popes. I mean, the first pope I know was John Paul, Pope John Paul II, or something like that. After him was, I think it was Vincent, or one of Francis, or one of those people, I think like 3 have come and gone now, something like that. And she has stood strong. She has stood strong. Scandal back to back, issues of racism, issues of this, that, sexism, whatever racism has gone on. She has held on. The last one was this Meghan Markle and Prince Harry nonsense. Oh, I'm happy that she held on. I'm really happy that she held on. She stood strong, because there was a major wave of hatred from inconsequential people. Yet she held on to the kingdom, and she didn't blink. There's a kind of pressure that hits you, that you're juggling multiple responsibilities. There's a pressure that hits you. At least one of them will drop. None of them, as in, I respect this woman. We really need to respect this woman. She really showed herself. As in, we will miss her. The kingdom will miss her. She'll be missed. England will miss her. The monarchy will miss her. The parliament will miss her. No. She did a good job. Respect. Respect. All right, let me go. I beg. This one doesn't need to be long. In fact, they will probably be shorter podcasts henceforth. All right, I'm signing out.